Hello everyone, welcome to another session of our data art series. We will start in 5 minutes. Till then, let's get to know each other. We have put up a poll which contains two questions about your location and experience level. Kindly answer the question in the poll. Hello and welcome everyone. Gently reminder, we have put up a poll regarding two questions where you can share your location and your experience level so that we can know each other. Hello, Nitish. Am I audible? Hello. Nitish, you are not audible.
Am I audible now?
Yeah. Thanks for joining early.
Hmm.
We will be starting in 3 to 4 minutes.
Sure.
Hello and welcome everyone to another session in the DataHour series. We are thrilled to be here with you this evening for a session full of action-packed learning. I'm Shivan Batra, part of data science team at Analytics Vidhya, and I will be the moderator for this session. For those who have joined us for the first time, a brief introduction to the DataHour session. The DataHour is a series of webinars conducted by data analytics and led by top industry experts. It is a fun way to understand the concept of data science from the leading player in the data tech domain. And as name suggests, it is an hour dedicated to data. We are hopeful that this session are going to be great source of enrichment and value adding to our community members. Now on to our session today, which is data visualization using Python. Data visualization is the representation of data, use of common graphics such as chart, plots, animation, diagrams. These visual display of information communicate complex data relationship and data-driven insights in a way that is easy to understand. In this data art, Mr. Nitish is going to clear your understanding on the concept of data visualization and how it is done by using Python. I hope you are excited to attend this data art. Before we kicking things off, I had over to our speaker a quick recap of our housekeeping item. We are recording the session and we will make the recording available in a few days on our YouTube channel. Please use Q&A section for asking any question you might have during the session, and we will do our best to answer them as the data are progress or towards the end. Also, we will share a poll about the feedback of the session towards the end of the session, which I request you to kindly fill up. Now, on to our speaker in this session, data. We have Mr. Nitish with us. Nitish is a postgraduate in electronics and communication engineering. and is All India rank holder in GATE. He is a certified trainer from Microsoft with corporate work experience in insurance and media company. He has impacted 10,000 plus students, 1,000 plus faculty, and 200 plus corporates, and has worked on projects including chatbot, deep learning, image processing, speech analysis. Over to you, Nitish. The virtual stage is all yours.
Thank you so much, dear. A very good evening, everyone. Am I audible to all of you?
Yeah, you are audible to everyone.
Great. And I hope the screen is also visible to all of you, right? Okay. So guys, my name is Nitish, and as of now, I'm working as a technical specialist, which you can take it as lead developer or lead consultant roles. I'm working in a Noida company, and the skills that I have been working on is Python in day-to-day activities, SQL, Hive, Power BI, machine learning, data science, and I think, yeah, mostly these are the important skills that I'm working on. Rest, it depends on the Python, how I'm involving in that part. Apart from that, what I can work on that I am aware of is R, deep learning, image processing, speech, and NLP, chatbots, and so on. These are domains that I can also pick it up. Tableau also. So depends on projects to projects. Before I begin, may I know what is the, how much you're comfortable with Python? If you're new, you can write down new. If you already know the platform, then you can write down that experienced. Okay, many are already experienced. Okay, thank you so much for sharing it. Now the topic that I have taken is data visualization with Python. Reason to take this topic is that the moment you have become well expertise with the Python programming, the next job that you can apply is in the analytics domain. In this domain, you can apply for the designations like business analyst or business analytics, data analyst or data analytics, business intelligence, and some lead consultant is also ranked over here. And you might also see if you start applying for the jobs. And in this recent current scenario, what are the jobs we have? They are looking forward anything in analytics. That is, it can be HR analytics, customer analytics, finance analytics. So any such domain, they are going to pick it up. If you have done some projects or you have the expertise in that particular domain, you can be an analytics in that domain. And when you go with analytics, what we focus on is majorly two things. All of you, in any time, since you are working or freshers, maybe in that, as of now, I don't know, but have you worked or heard about Excel? MS Excel. All of you have done it? Okay, great. So I think we have a good experienced people out there. That's great. In Excel, there are majority of the operations that you can do. It can be done with the help of Python, like making some dashboards, charts, you have done in Excel, or you have also done in some simple data data queries, like you are filtering the records, you are making pivot table, you are making VLOOKUPs, you have that count if, sum if, and such operations. All of you have done it or might have heard of it. So Excel actually fails in some domain. In Excel, there is a limitation of data. The moment its size increases, as size increases, it takes time to load, and even a smallest operation that you're performing, maybe you're making a pivot table, maybe you are creating a new column or deleting some column, that is going to take a lot time. So to save that time, we complete the task with the help of Python, and it's a lot faster. So if we consider Excel at level 1, then Python using the same concept is level 10. That is the difference. It's over 10 times. If you're not able to see my screen, request you to please stop, rejoin the session. Might be that can help you out. Okay. My target is over here, that there is some data set given to me. This is a Myntra products catalog. This is a Myntra catalog, and I would like to do some analysis on the top of it, how it can be done. You want to make some visualization. That is, you select the data, go to some insert, and make some recommended charts over here. How the same thing of recommended charts, you can go with the help of Python. Now, why we make charts? We make charts because displaying the tabular data is always less knowledgeable or less interactive as compared to charts. If for the same thing I have given you charts, it becomes a lot useful. For example, if an Excel file I take it up, and this color and some price I have. For these two categories, I have taken a pivot table over here, only for these two. So insert, go with recommended charts. So there's a bar chart for it. Let's have a bar chart. It's not coming up. Okay. So it's better if I give you a pivot over here. Insert, pivot table. Now for these colors, you make a price for it. This is the price here. I would like to do some visualization for it. Now select the data, you go with the insert, and you will get some recommended charts for it. So such type of charts, if you want to pick it up, how this is going to benefit. So any manager that comes up, can you now very clearly see which is the best color, or which is the color having the highest average cost? Can you name that color by looking at this pictorial or charts, or can you name the color by looking at this tabular data on the left side? Which one is easy? Is it a tabular or this visualization chart? Chart is also very interactive, and you can also make many colors over here, but there is a limitation in your normal Excel. So designing is not there. Designing or coloring, it's a lot easier in Python. We have a lot of features out there. So displaying the tabular data is always less interactive as compared to the charts. And the managers are looking forward that can you make the charts and save it in some PPT and show the results to the clients. You can show the results to the customers out there, display the charts as much interactive as possible, even include some filters over here that at the time when you select the data, only that particular bar is shown. So they are much interactive. So Excel was the first phase. It failed over there. Now we have many tools in the market. We have Excel, though it was the first one that came up. We have Python. We have your Tableau, Power BI, ClickSense, R. So there are many tools available that you can go with making the charts. When I go with making the charts, the agenda for any business is finding insights about the data, showcasing interactive charts or dashboards. Dashboard is actually collection of charts. Today I am here for only Python, but might be next time I'm here for Tableau also. I will give you a lot more easiness how we can go with it. So agenda from the business perspective is that finding insights about the data and showcasing that interactive charts or dashboards. When you start moving in that direction, that is performing some analytics. Now analytics, guys, is a pair of making a query and some visualization. Today we are only for visualization, not for query. Query is done with the help of pandas. I can later, I think, pick up the topic doing data analysis with Python. It will be like 2 to 3 hours of webinar. Maybe if you can put some participation over there, that would be great. But this is the easiest way to go on. So anyone who would like to integrate himself and work in this analytics domain, anyone, what are the skills we are looking forward in the market? Go to any job portal. These are the only skills that are there. No matter which portal you pick it up, LinkedIn, your Naukri, Times of anything. They are going to mention first is Excel. Second, some programming language. So for us, it is Python. So people are moving from normal job that we used to do 10 years back now to a smart way. That is with the help of Python. Third, if you're working on data, can you extract the data from any data source? What we recommend is to go with the SQL. Fourth, you have learned Python, you have learned one database. How to do analysis? Analysis using Python. So under Python, we have some packages called as pandas, which as of now you don't know today. That's okay. For any tabular operation, Excel operation, think of any Excel that is making that group by, making a pivot table, which I have created, doing some VLOOKUP, or these operations like sum if is there, count if is there, some unique elements, minimum, maximum, all the tabular operations, how to perform in the help of Python, that is pandas. Yes, NumPy is also there, great. These are some packages which, since you are beginners, so don't worry about it. We are not going to focus on these two. My focus will be on the matplotlib. And on the top of it, we have Seaborn. Yes, in you're correct, Alam. In R, we have ggplot. As of now, I'm mentioning only with Python. Yes, Plotly is there. It is also advanced. But the basics to we go with is matplot and Seaborn. I'm going to come back to this point, Plotly. Fifth one, since we are doing analysis, after that you have to reproduce the answers, make more interactive charts and show to the managers out there. What you can do, you can please go and do some visualization tools. These tools are the what I have highlighted here: Tableau, Power BI, ClickSense. These are the tools or softwares, you can say. The purpose of the software is to only do with the visualization, only and only visualization. That's it. Nothing more than that. Of course, you can do some forecasting, find the trend, but they are all high level. Okay, so mastering these tools is also important. And when you start to master these tools, they are paid tools. Tableau cost is $70 per month. And this Power BI cost is $10 per month. ClickSense is free up to some limited access we have, but Python is free. So majority of the users go with Python, or some R programming language, some C++ programming language they go with. So that you can use. Yes, you're right about it, Arun. We have Google Looker also. That's fantastic. You know about it. No, we can't do data modeling with Tableau. And we can use Python with Tableau also. Just sharing it outside the today's topic. So combination of Tableau and Python comes with the help of TabPy package. Okay, just for people who know, but beginners can leave that thing. And the next thing, last thing about skills for anything in the analytics, anything is your ML, machine learning. I'm not saying entire machine learning. It's not completely. So TabPy is Python package to work on Tableau, but it can only be used if you have Tableau license. Okay. So machine learning, I'm not saying the everything about machine learning. Machine learning also includes the stats. It also includes the performance. It also includes your trend, date time. So in this data, if I have anywhere date time column, how to work on it, that is machine learning. Anything statistics that you do, that is your minimum, simple meaning of statistics, maximum, your sum, average, median, mean, everything that is statistics. So if you know that thing, you can go with the help of analytics. Any beginner, any expert person, it's the shortcut to go inside the this machine learning world using Python. This is a shortcut. But learning these skills will take you around 4 to 6 months. So it's a lot of hard work you have to do. Python 1 month, SQL 1 month, Tableau, Power BI 1.5 months, and then practicing on top of it, it takes some more time. So 4 to 6 months of your continuous hard work over here. That is the shortcut. And you will be having a job around starting with 7 lakhs. That is the minimum for any fresher. If you have experience, then you can get 40-50% hike easily. But you should know all these domains. And you can cross verify. Immediately you can cross verify from any job portal. Go to any job portal and you will see the domains. Okay. Since today's topic is only visualization, so I'm focusing only on this Python. There is hands-on also. Don't worry about it. I will tell you that. Now, when you move with the data visualization with using Python, no matter whether you're using your Tableau or Power BI or anything you're using, what is the steps you have to follow? Steps you have to follow. First is do univariate analysis. That is exploring a single column at a time. And it's very important because depending on the data type, you have to make some chart. Numericals. If it is a numerical column, if I have this price, what type of charts you can make it for it? For this price, anyone, any guesses? What type of charts you can have for the single numerical column? Fantastic, SM, density plot, bar, which is nothing but your histogram. Count is not the correct word here. So histogram. You can, yes, box plot is also there. Correct, Ricardo. So understanding the data type is very important because then you can decide that chart. Now, no matter whether you're working in Tableau, no matter you're working with Power BI or Python, anything, the charts will be same. So we have histogram same. Whether you use Plotly also using Python, that is same. So under Python, we are going to use Seaborn. to perform it. So numerical, we make histogram, density, area, box plot, and you will get the domains, some other names also under the same analysis. If it is categorical, now those who don't know histogram, histogram is something, let's say, suppose these are the numbers and I like to make some chart for it. So histogram gives you the distribution. I can give some range over here, that is 0 to 5 over here. And then I can have 6 to 10, 11 to 15, and 15 above. If these are the range we have, what are the numbers it is coming up? So you can have these numbers. And then you have these two numbers. Then you have these three, all the numbers out there. And finally 17. So you can have a histogram for it. It will look like this. Have you seen such type of graph? Histogram. This is a histogram. So distribution of the numbers. That's what I can do over here. So if I take this only INR, copy, paste, and I ask my Excel itself to give me, so it is going to give me the distribution over here. That is the distribution. So below I have the range. Within this range, how it is coming out. So Excel was not able to give me a wide or proper answer. I cannot change the bins. It is very hard. That is, if I want to change the range, that it should be a same interval, 0 to 100, 100 to 200, 200 to 300. In that case, I cannot do it. That easiness comes with some specialized tools like Python, Tableau, Power BI. They can help you. Okay. So in the categoricals, we put focus on the count of it. So suppose these are the colors I have, and I like to have again insert, recommended, and here it is. So this is a count plot. A count plot showing the numbers over there. Correct answer. Pi, bar, count. These are same things. So if it is single univariate analysis, we are only talking about the count. How the number of records changes for some numericals. How the number of records changes for the categoricals. Second, we have bivariate. Now under bivariate, it's a time consuming process. Please note it carefully. It's a time consuming. And of course, if you are finding something hidden about the data, if you're working on the data and you find really important stuff that can help the company grow the business to next level, that can help the company avoid some mistakes that it has already done, maybe close some departments which are not giving the proper output, doing same sales. So your decision is going to matter a lot. Because of your decision, companies can earn crores, it can lose crores also. So it is on you. So and managers also understand that you can spend as much time as possible. It is, if it is a numerical versus numerical, then please go with the chart like scatter. Even you will find it over here. Any numerical column, pick it up. So I have, suppose these two columns, I pick it up. Only these two columns I pick it up. So automatically recommended charts. Here is the scatter plot. This is a scatter plot. Same thing we are going to have in Python also. I'm going to show over there. So it's a scatter chart. If it is numerical versus categorical. Now, when I compare categorical with its own count, then it becomes univariate. But if it is not the count, it is some numbers out there. For example, I have taken over here, yeah, these colors and the average price range. This is a categorical versus number. Numbers are the price, categoricals are the colors. So we are able to see this type of bar chart. Stacked bar you can also have, correct about it. So you have your bar, box plot, and violin plot, strip plot, such types of charts comes over here. Okay, this is the bivariate. And you also have pie chart also here. You also have a line chart, because under line chart, the date one can be treated as a categorical. Is that clear? And the third one, now this is more time consuming as compared to the first two. It is called as multivariate. That is exploring more than two columns. So I can have over here numerical versus categorical, and numerical versus categorical. Up to 3 columns you can add. 4th column you cannot add in Python. Up to 3 columns you can add. So in Python, you can have 3 columns, where if my 3 column names are C1, C2, C3, where C3 is specifically some categorical. So I can have my x-axis as anything C1. It can be numerical or it can be categorical also. Y-axis as C2, which can be again either category numerical, but color, it's not Z-axis. You put the color as categorical, C3. So up to 3 columns you can do it. More than that, then you have only common charts. The common chart someone has already defined, that is like heat map, which I might not be covering. So I have some heat map. It is only for numerical columns. Correlation charts. So correlation is a little higher term. For statistics, if you know, that's great. But if you don't know, that's completely fine. So I hope the steps are clear to all of you. How to proceed? We're going to do the similar task in Python now. Yes, I will going to come back to that. Hifsa Muhammad Anwar. Okay, so I will be trying to make single charts for all of these things. At least one single chart. For this task, I'm using Python software that is called as Anaconda. And under Anaconda, I'm using Jupyter Notebook. Okay, Samuel, I'll come back to this point. Using the help of Python, I will explain it. So I'm sharing the link and you can go with this. So under Anaconda distribution, this is the most important. Yes, you can use Collab also. Only Google account is required. Okay. So this operating system, sorry, this software you need either Windows, Mac, or Linux. Choose that one. Install it. Once you install it, automatically in the start menu, Jupyter will show. Jupyter is a part of Anaconda. You can see the name over here. So I'm using Anaconda for this exercise. Okay. I'm going to share all the content with you. Don't worry about it. So the objective is to get familiar with the visualizations. Get familiar with the visualizations. It's not about Python programming. I'm going to run the course to showcase the answers over here. So first I need pandas to read this CSV file data. To read this CSV file data, I need pandas. Import tborn as SNS. Import matplotlib dot pyplot as PLT. So these two are the visualization package. This is also visualization package, and this is also visualization package. Under these two visualization package, matplot is the first package that came into the market. First to come. Second one is this tborn, which is built on matplotlib. That is any type of chart that you have. Just sharing the basic syntax over here. If you're using a matplotlib, what is the generic syntax to make a chart? I'm going to use plt dot chart name. So this chart name can be this histogram, density, area, box plot, pi, bar, count. These are the chart names I'm referring here. And after that, chart name, any chart you pick it up. What are the common things that we have? We have your X label, we have the Y label, and we have this title. So for these three things, we have different commands. So we call it as PLT. From matplotlib, I'm going to use X label, Y label, title, and show. This is the generic syntax. Under the chart name, you can have might or might not. So always check the syntax for it. So every chart have a different syntax. So basically you are going to define X and Y axis over here. You are going to define the colors over here inside this chart. This is a generic matplotlib syntax. tborn syntax is under tborn, only here we change. So for tborn, I'm using the SNS over here. So SNS. For matplotlib, I was referring as PLT. So PLT over there. Only this first line changes, and for everything you have to depend on the matplot. So this is what I mean that tborn is built on matplotlib. Okay. Now let's start building the charts. So I am using the data set tborn, matplot, both are the visualization package. Matplot was the first one to come, very basic charts and color. tborn is built on top of it with some advanced charts and color, giving you a lot easiness to make some charts. So my table you are using is pandas. Read the CSV file. The file name is Miantra products catalog .csv. Or I think it's better I write to just Miantra to focus on. This is the data set I have. My focus is only to work on the data visualization, guys. So I'm not putting any pandas command, only to read the file I've taken. That's it. I'm not going to put more deep into it. Doing the data visualization. So as I mentioned over there, first step, going with the univariate analysis. Going with the univariate analysis, numerical column. I can help you get the numerical column idea by looking at this figure, D types. You can clearly see now product ID, which is, it's like pin code, mobile number. You don't do visualization on such things. So I'm going to don't focus on it. For me, the numerical ones is price and number of images. Rest everything is categorical. Everything is categorical. So I'm going to make a lot more deep analysis on it. So my data is huge. It's not only these 5 rows. So it's 12,491 records and 8 columns I have. So my head only shows the top 5. But it's all pandas command. So Python basics was a must for this session. Now take it as data visualization. Those who are getting some difficulty with Python, consider it only as data visualization for you. Because the same thing you can do in Excel. Same thing you can do where coding is not required, like Excel, your Tableau, your Power BI. In that you can also work. Basics will always be same. It will not change. Object means categorical. Integer means integer. It depends on the operating system I'm using. So as of now, my operating system allows 64, but you might see 32 when you're downloading. So we have that now. Is it 32 or 64 bit? So from here, it derives this int 64 or int 32. So numerical column for me is price INR. You want to see the histogram, syntax. This is the syntax. Copy it. So chart name here is hist plot. X and Y do I have? Please check it out. Everything is different. So I have here X and Y like this. And you can see the stats is already count. So distribution I'm going to have. I want that everything should come under the x-axis. That is when I'm doing with this type of here. If I want this type of histogram inside the Python on the x-axis, I can write down Myantra column name. So it is price INR. X label is price INR. Y label, it's distribution or frequency. Title, price INR, distribution we are doing. And show is to show the chart. So you can see the distribution over here. That is the distribution. And over here, you can see bins is auto selected. Bins is the width I was mentioning earlier. So this is the bins. How many bins you want? So currently it is 4 bins in this chart. So how many bins you want, you can decide it. So I'm putting a focus on bins now. I want only 2 bins. So you can see it's 2 bins. One within the range of 0 to 30,000 and the other which is blank. So it is split into 2 data. Or you can have 20 bins as per that. And you can have 20, but the size is that much small. I think majority of the records is between this 0 to 5,000 or 1,000. So majority of the records are over here. That is why we are not able to see the records further. But it is 20 bins. Within 0 to 60,000 rupees, it's 20 bins out there. What we can learn from the data? That majority of the people that is over 12,000. I was having this 12,000 records. So majority of the people, just less than 12,000, they favor a price of around 0 to 5,000. I think half of it. Say 10. So yeah, 0 to 5,000. I think the correct number is. It's a distribution, dear. Arif, it's a distribution. Like I was saying, I'm writing 20 here. That is, there is some number between 15 to 20. That is why I was able to get. So the same thing, there is a price. There must be some price which is between this range, around 60,000. Okay. You can see there is a price around 60,000 also. Can you see? That is why it was coming up. So frequency means the count. That's it. Okay. The other one that we have is univariate categorical. So under there again, I'm using one plot. Syntax is same. Categorical. Pick any object. I like to suppose focus on the brand. Brands are many there. Let's focus on color. So for category count, we have this count plot. Count plot. Primary color. Primary color. Primary color distribution. Count. Okay, some spelling mistakes. Rectangle object has no problem. Bins. Okay, sorry. This count plot does not have bins. And here is the x-axis. Well, you can increase the size of it. So some things that you can learn later on. Here it is. So I can clearly see that as per the count plot, majority of the people buys blue color. And that is true. All of you have seen that majority of people wear blue color only. So that is the majority of the records, that is the majority of the product sold by Miantra, it's blue color. Yeah, visually it is a bar chart. But what it is showing the count of the number of records. I think the next important color is black, and the next one is red and green. In that way it goes. So this is a univariate categorical. (20 by 6) I have written to increase the size. 20 is the width and height of the chart. Okay, so I can reduce the size, reduce the height also, up to me. Yes, we can do that thing, sorting in ascending descending, but that is not my focus. For that again you have to use some pandas command. I'm putting only focus on the matplot or Seaborn. Next was bivariate. So bivariate, copy the same thing. Only it changes over here. What type of chart you're focusing on? Only it changes over here. So we have scatter plot. And you can see the bivariate numerical versus numerical over here. When I've taken price and number of images, at that time I was getting this type of numerical versus numerical. This is a scatter plot. Dot scatter plot. So on the x-axis, I like to keep my on the x-axis I have the price INR, and on my y-axis I like to keep my num images. That's it. And here is the chart. You can see it's the same thing, it's coming up. And you can change the color here. Again, it depends on the chart name. So we have color. I can take the color as orange, for example. This is the orange. Pie chart can be used for univariate and bivariate, both. Now, bivariate analysis, numerical versus categorical. Structure is again same. Now, only thing is required. Okay, just I will change the axis. So X label pay, price INR, and this is number of images. Number of images. So what I can see over here, what I'm learning, that majority, what is the price range? So it doesn't matter how much images you're putting, but majority of the people I can see, those who have above 10,000, for the products which are having the price above 10,000, they are putting the number of images as between 2 is also possible, 4, 6, 8, 4, 6, and this is I think 7, but after that it's not required. Let's change the axis and see it more carefully. I think, yeah, that's much better. So either 2 images, so about 20,000 price products, I can see the number of images are about 20,000. I can see the people who are putting the product on Miyantra, they are having some images between 4, 5, 6, and 8, 7, but not beyond it, and not less than 2, not less than 3. And there are very few records for 60,000 products. People are putting as high as only 4 images. Okay, so it comes with this only practice, like when you start putting the analysis, what you are learning about the data set. Now, if it is a numerical versus categorical, for that I used this color and price. Let's see if I can get the similar chart over here. So this means the average price for every product is between what range. So average price of silver is being the highest one, and then rose color. That is the average price. We'll cross verify the same thing with the help of Python. Bar plot. On my x-axis, I have colors. On my y-axis, I have price. And color, you can keep it up as per your choice. Let's say this time I use magenta. So y label, I have price, and this primary color is on the x-axis. And here is the chart. So I can now see clearly that silver is being the highest one between the average price range, and then comes the rose. Was it rose or something else? So silver, rose. silver, and I can see the rows also being the highest one. This one is silver, the next one is rose, silver and rose. Now in this bar, what you can see, observe, actually it shows the mean of price, but the black color that you see, the black line, it is the standard deviation. That is a standard deviation, that how much it's to and fro of the mean. So bar height is the mean of price. Okay, if you want to see, you can see that thing also. I am helping you with this particular code. Mantra. If I focus on these two columns, this is price. So you can see that mean how it is coming up. A standard deviation is 2118. So it is very high when you compare it. I have to make some bar plot to see the standard deviation also for it. So standard deviation can be high. This is what I'm trying to show you. Standard deviation is double, or actually one, not double, it's 1.5 times the mean. So you can see majority of the bigger cases, it's almost half also coming up. That is a standard deviation, this black color. And I've written here violin plot also. So yes, you can have a violin plot or box plot. Just change the name over here. I can write a strip plot also. So this is a strip plot. So it's just the visualization where you think it's giving the much deeper information. Where it shows a much deeper information. Yes, bar plot computes the mean by default. Whereas you can see in strip plot, it's not the mean. It's a normal distribution with respect to the price. So different chart have the different views. In box plot also it shows the distribution over here. You just change the name here. It's box plot. You can see a distribution, how it is coming up. Only the name change and you will be able to do some categorical to numerical. I can have the violin plot also there. This is a violin. It's hard to see, but yes, it is a violin plot only. Actually, it looks like this, violin plot Python. This is how it comes up. These are the violin plot. Okay. And now, finally, if we go with the third one, so multivariate, that is numerical, numerical, categorical. So I've taken numerical versus numerical over here. And I will insert one categorical. So it is called as hue, adding the third column as the color. So I would like to see how it is coming up with respect to gender. And you get the distribution over here with respect to gender. So how for these genders, unisex, women, men, boys, girls, unisex kids, how the distribution changes. So only till 3 you can do. Adding one x-axis, one y-axis, and the other is the color variation. So this is the color coming up. So color or gender or legend, sorry. Color or legend you can see over here. To perform it, you have to use the hue. Okay. And over here, I've mentioned that multivariate, numerical, categorical, categorical. Pick up any chart that I have done over here. Let's say I only pick up bar chart only. So under here, again, hue is there, and I would like to see the color with respect to Myantra gender. Little time consuming because a lot of 6 unique values I have in gender. So it is just comparing it, and here it is. So you can see it's 6 unique colors coming up side by side. So under the silver, this blue color, unisex. So average price of products for unisex is highest under the silver color. You pick up any color, you get the distribution over that. Okay, a little hard to cross verify, but yeah, a lot of colors are there. But in Python, you can make it more interactive. You can actually expand and compress. For that, we use Plotly to make the charts more interactive. But the chart's name will be almost the same, only the style changes, the code changes. You can expand, you can compress, you can do 100 such operations using Plotly. Okay. And finally, there is something called as heat map also, but heat map is only for correlation, which you don't know as of now. It's perfectly fine. And you have product ID, which is not worth. We don't worry about product ID. It's only price and number of images. So what I can do, I can just put focus on these two. Price and number of images. Okay. Okay, so there is no relation between that price and number of images, as the color shades is very 0.2. So it's no relation between price and number of images. It's independent. Is it clear? And guys, if you want much more to it, this code, it will be shared by the analytics Vidhya. Everything will be shared with the team. They were going to share it with you how to proceed, but the steps will be almost same. The more you learn, the better you're going to go in the right path. The steps will always be same: bivariate, cat and univariate, multivariate. So it's a lot more to that. So it's better if we can enroll in some similar modules, and we can help you on a lot over in these technologies. Is it clear? Now, please, if you have any questions, you can ask. You can write in the chat box, or you can, I think, ask also.
Guys, feel free to use Q&A section for your query and questions. Before we proceed to answer your question, I would like to request the attendees to please fill in the poll about feedback, as it helps us to conduct more of such sessions.
So I hope all of you have learned something new today. Looking forward to connect with you again on some other topic, and that will be a good webinar. So with some detailed, much more to it. It's not about 1 hour. We can have 2 hours, 3 hours. Please share your feedback for that. If you want more webinars or more time to it, learn from the scratch how you like to proceed. Share it with Analytics Vidhya, and we are here to help you from the scratch. Okay.
Now moving on to Q&A section. There is a question asked repetitively: how to get secondary y-axis?
How to? No, we can't.
Okay.
We can have subplot, but we cannot have the secondary y-axis.
What is outlier? Which plot shows the outlier? How to detect?
Outlier, guys, is quite technical. You have to use Python pandas command to find out the records. But box plot under the Cbon visualization, or in matplot box also, they provide the answer for outliers. You can visually see them. So where I'm showing the code now, okay, you just have to change it over there. Let me show you the code again. Over here, under bar plot, just change it to box plot and you will be able to get the outliers. So visually you can see over here. Let it come here. A lot of compress it is. So here. So this is the box plot with outliers. So visually you can see, but you need to have some Python code with pandas to identify and find out the records. Okay.
Which library have zoom in option?
Sorry, which library has?
Zoom in option.
Plotly. Devendra, it's Plotly.
When to use heat maps?
Smriti, heat map to be used when you're working on the correlation parameters between numerical columns. So only and only for numerical columns we have it. So correlation, if you know, then you can use it. But as of now, I have not discussed more on that. It's a statistical term. So I'm holding back for now. Okay.
What are the limitations of Seaborn over Plotly?
They are all packages wherever you're comfortable. Actually, you can use that. So both provides you similar charts. It's the way how you want to display the results.
Can we use Google Colab instead of Jupyter Notebook?
Yes, guys, you can use that thing.
Okay, I guess it's done.
Okay.
Thanks a lot, Nitish. On behalf of Analytics Vidhya, I would like to thank you for your precious time and for delivering such a wonderful session. And I am sure our attendees found it insightful, and hopefully we can conduct more sessions with you in future.
Yeah, thank you everyone and take care. Looking forward to connect with you again.